Isaiah and Caydin, just before I turn this on, we talked about you guys coming back in practice this week, having a strong week in practice. Last week was probably a little bit emotionally tough after the legacy game and then adjusting defensively, especially Caydin, to a different way of doing things. How much more are you focused this week, Isaiah, on what you need to do, and then also how much does it help that it's Odessa Permian on the other side this week?
Right. I'd say like you were saying, like we were emotionally drained. Like it was a big game. Coach talked about it was a big game, so we came into the week kind of slow, kind of like not really taking it like how we should. And so, I mean, I'd say it's great that we got some experience going against a triple option, so we can go into this week against Permian a little more experienced on it, and we know what we need to change. Coach Ribb is a great coach for the triple option, and I believe in him and our defense and everything. And offensively, we just need to tweak some things, get some things going at like the run game, I'd say, and some, I don't know, at least for the O-line blocking, keeping things off HUD, things like that, giving him time. But I'd say we've been doing a good job this week.
Okay, and I talked to a couple of your defensive buddies last week about facing a triple option. Last time I saw you, you were terrorizing the legacy quarterback all over the field, but against that option, you have to stay a little bit more patient and kind of keep, what's the phrase coaches are, be where your feet are. What is the challenge for you, for a guy with a high motor like that, to face an option team to know I've got to kind of maintain where I need to be and make sure I'm doing my job so that everybody else can do theirs?
Yes, sir. We just gotta do our job. If we all do our job, it'll be perfect for us. And us fitting our gaps, or like getting to the cue, or doing anything that we need to do against the pitch, or like the handoff to the fullback, that'll help us out a lot because we just need to be patient. That's all it is. The option is a patient thing to do, and we just need to work on being patient on it and stuff like that.
It's very rarely tricky with, especially, and Middle and High obviously runs it well, but their coach came from Permian, but Permian's been doing it for a while. There's not a whole lot of bells and whistles. You just have to kind of man up the guy across from you and try to win as many one-on-one battles as you can. I know what Isaiah's answer is because I've talked to him enough, but from a defensive standpoint, how much does that kind of make you lick your chops? Like, I've got to win some battles here.
It means a lot to our D-line, like everybody on there. Like winning that battle with the person in front of you is just, you have to do it, and if you don't, that we bust a play or like something happens wrong. So we know we have to get our job done and try to beat the guy in front of us, and we just have to get it done.
So Isaiah, you're sort of a kid that's from all over the world. When you got here, did you know who Permian was? Had you heard the stories, the Friday Night Lights book, and Friday Night Lights movie?
Yes, sir, like Friday Night Lights and everything.
Right.
And like I was like, oh man, Rattler Stadium. Like whenever I played there, I was like, this is crazy. But really, it's just a team. Like whenever it comes down to it, it's just another team. And we've been close. And like last year, we were really close. The year before that, we've been close. This year, we're gonna get it done. So that's what I think. They're just a team. They're just guys. They're not like Permian. They're not like big. Like I know they work hard and everything, but at the end of the day, they're just a team.
Okay, and you heard me talking to Coach. Then you have grown up here, right? So you.
Well, sorry.
We're close enough. This is a good Permian team. I mean, not that they have had bad teams recently, but this is, everything I've heard is they're fundamentally sound. They're a lot like you guys, where they won at levels coming up. And, I hate to, in you guys' district, I hate to say they're the best team you've played because you play so many good teams, but how do you kind of have to approach it as this is the best team? We've got to play our best game. Is that kind of the mindset going in?
Yes, sir. I wouldn't say they're the best team we'll play, but they're a really good team we're going to play, and we just got to work hard. Like this whole week we've been working hard towards the option. And like they're just a team, like Kema said. You can't make a team bigger than what they are. And if we do, that's going to hurt us. So we just keep them a small team, or like a team we need to get our job done.
You guys have had the games with the back and forth of the big offensive games. This one maybe reminds me a little bit more of what you did against Abilene, where there's, again, just West Texas guys like you who are going to kind of grind it out. Is that I don't want to say, is it a refresh? Is it a nice change for guys up front? You guys are both down there in the trenches to know it's going to be kind of one of those slobber
Yeah,
knockers, what my
I love
generation
to
calls it.
grind it out. It's always fun, and it's it's a men's sport,
Yep.
You have to man up sometimes. There's a big guy up against you. You just have to get it done. And the thing with this team, Coach Rips says all the time for defense is it's assignment football. You have to trust in the guy next to you. You have to trust in the guy behind you. You have to trust in everyone and do your job. If everyone does their job, we're going to be successful.
What about you, Caydin? You kind of like that man-on-man?
Yes, sir, I like it. It's just they have really good players, and like we're really good players also. So we just gotta work hard at it, get to our jobs, and do anything we can to help HUD get back the ball and the offense get back the ball.
Getting late in the regular season, and you guys are in very good shape to go beyond the regular season. Isaiah, has this season been as good as you had hoped it would be? Does it feel like you guys are making the right progress as you get towards the finish line of the regular season?
Yes, sir. It's been great. My O-line has come up very well. Like I've believed in them and everything, and everyone's showed up. HUD has showed up. HUD's been doing great. Everyone's been doing great. The defense is doing their job, getting us the ball. I'd say I wouldn't think anything of it. Like I would expect us to be 6-1 right now coming into the season. Like I'm just glad that we've done it so far.
You've kind of had a dual role this year. Besides being a really good player yourself, you've kind of been Papa Bear with some of those young offensive line guys. How have you liked that part of your role?
Oh, it's been great, especially seeing them progress and everything. And we've had some injuries and everything, and we've had to pull a defensive guy. Well, he was a left guard, then he went to defense, then he came back. But we've had to make some changes, but we've made it work, and that's been a great thing to see. I just love to see everyone progress.
And Caydin, every time I talk to one of you guys on defense, the thing that strikes me is you guys are just so much better defensively. And I know people will look at the numbers and say, oh, they're giving up these yards. But you guys find a way to make plays. How much have you guys grown from the last couple of years to now where that defense is something that can be counted on?
We just emphasized on not the statistics of it, like the yards, the completions, or like how many times we get sacks. We just, in our minds, is just think turnover, get the offensive ball, and do our job. If we do that, we have a great time as a team, and we know what we're doing and everything.
I'll break out a little coach speak on you. There's really only one stat that matters at the end of the night, right? You guys have won that one 6 out of 7 times. So that's a pretty good ratio.